We gotta be close. Oh. 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 Deployed. It's deployed. It's deployed.
Hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and the Plains of Eidolon update is finally here. And right off the bat, I must say, DE, you mad bastards, you did it. I don't know how, but you did it. Now, first things first, I want to apologize if I sound a little bit unenthusiastic or if I'm a little bit all over the place with this video, because I've been up for over 30 hours and the only reason why I'm not sleeping face down on my keyboard is because I drank like a bucket of coffee. Living the dream. Now, the way I want to cover this update is with multiple videos, not just one big video like I did for other updates, because the video would be like 2 or 3 hours long, because here are all the patch notes. And there is a lot of them. They've added an absolute crap ton of stuff. This is the biggest update that we have ever had in Warframe. So that's why I decided to split the video into multiple parts that I will try to get out as soon as possible. And today's video is going to focus on the actual plains of Eidolon, which look absolutely fantastic. I love the sort of autumn theme they went with. The plains are also really well optimized. I was actually surprised at how well everything ran. You can see I deliberately left on my FPS counter at the bottom left corner of the screen, and I don't think I ever dropped below 60 FPS while running around in the plains. Cetus, the city that's connected to Eidolon, and it's the area where you will find all the vendors, and also an area where you will see other players as well, is a little bit more demanding, though as you can see, even with a butt ton of players running around, I was only dipping down to about 54 frames, which is still pretty good, considering I'm running on full ultra with only a couple of options disabled here and there. Also, don't freak out if you run into the tunnel that's connecting Cetus and Plains and suddenly dip down to like 20 frames. It's loading the next area, so it just chunks your FPS. The plains, as well as Cetus, are located on Earth, and the first time you go there, you will have to go to Cetus and go through sort of a short introduction. However, once you do that, you can go straight to the plains. Now, Cetus, at least for me, was available as soon as I logged in, so if you've played Warframe before and you unlocked a couple of planets, you probably don't have to do anything and you can go straight to Cetus. However, if you are a new player, I was watching Steve streaming earlier, and they said it should take you about 30-40 minutes to get there. Now, there are many things you can do in the plains. You can simply jump in and fuff about, killing Grenier and picking up some of the new resources like the Nisselpot, Iridite, Grogdrul, Maprico, Cetus Wisp, and some other stuff, which are scattered all over the place. You can look for caves to explore, you can hunt animals, you can spearfish, you can mine ore. But one thing you should definitely check out are the new bounties, which are essentially quests that can be picked up from this NPC, which is right next to the tunnel that's connecting Cetus and the plains. Now, there are 5 different levels of these bounties. The first one is level 5 to 15, the second one is level 10 to 30, the third one is level 20 to 40, the fourth one is 30 to 50, and the final 5th one is 40 to 60. And the higher level bounty you do, the better rewards you can get and the more standing you get, which is very important because you're gonna need standing to buy the various items from the vendors in Cetus. So far, all the bounties I did had 3 different stages to them, as you can see, sort of the 3 pips at the top, and I was rewarded after completing each stage. However, bounties aren't the only way to get standing with the Cetus. You can also get an Incursion to happen, which is essentially a random event that will be announced by Lotus if you're in the plains and you do not have a bounty selected. And if I understand this correctly, this can happen at any given time. As you can see over here, I'm just minding my own business, spearfishing on a small rock in the middle of a lake, and suddenly, out of nowhere, Spaceman pops in and is like, look mate, there is some bad stuff going on over here, go sort it out. This was actually a very nice series of events because I was just fuffing about and I was like, you know what, let's do some spearfishing in the middle of this lake. And as I was spearfishing, Spaceman popped in and told me there was an incursion nearby, and as I was on my way to do the incursion, the siren started going off, letting me know that the night is coming, which is the next thing I want to talk about. There is a day and night cycle in the plains of Eidolon, which is nothing new to Earth. However, unlike the other missions where the day and night cycle is 4 hours long, The one in the plains is only 150 minutes long, where the day lasts 100 minutes and the night only 50. The plains are also far more dangerous during the night than they are during the day. During the night, most of the Grineer units will fall back and retreat, and I do say most because not all of them, some of them will still roam the plains, and you'll be able to fight the titular Eidolon who is stomping around the plains during the night. Now, thus far, I managed to track down and fight 2 of them, however, I did almost no damage to them whatsoever. But even though I wasn't able to take either of them down and I did very little damage in both cases, the Eidelons were definitely the highlight of my play session because I didn't just run across an Eidolon. I found them by sound. I was just running across the plains and suddenly I heard this. And there it is, I just followed the stompy footsteps and the occasional roar and I found myself an Eidolon, who is a little bit smaller than I thought it would be, though this is just the first Eidolon, so, you know, the ones in the future may be a little bit bigger. Both of them were also fairly chill, not really acknowledging me whatsoever, maybe waving their arms around every now and then, until I hit them with my Tenno. Then they got a little bit pissy and started throwing around a lot of AoE. I also found a small group of Grineer that have set up an Eidolon lure which I was able to hack, after which it had followed me around and I was able to tell it to either hold position or follow me around. Now, since it is called an Eidolon lure, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to lure in an Eidolon, but I wasn't able to do that. All I was able to do is to power it up by killing these small little floaty guys that are all over the plains during the night. If you kill one of them near the lure, it will light up 1 out of 3 lights. And that's pretty much it. I had no idea what to do with it after that, so all I did was just run with it from one body of water to another because, you know, as we saw in the trailer, Eidolons rise from the water. So I thought maybe if I bring it to a certain body of water, an Eidolon will appear, but it never did. I actually escorted it from one side of the plains to the other and just nothing happened. But anyway, the video is getting pretty long and I really want to go to bed, so the final thing I want to talk about are the different vendors you can find in Cetus. So the first chap is Mr. Hawk, who operates Hawk's Anvil. This is the chap that will sell you parts to build new melee weapons and something that I presume are the new operator arcanes, don't quote me on this. And he's also the chap that will allow you to build and customize new melee weapons that you build with the parts you buy from him. Then there's this chap over here called Nakag, who sells masks, which look fantastic by the way, and also these phosphor rad, which look like torches or flares. I don't actually know what these are, but they look like torches or flares. Then there is Old Man Sumbat, who will provide you with all the things you need to start your mining operations, and he also sells the Plains of Eidolon scene, which I assume is a scene for Captura, and I really want to buy it because I want to see how big it is. Then there is Master Tisonai, who sells, well, I don't actually know what these are. He sells a Caged Kuaka and a Caged Kondrok. Are these decorations? I actually don't know. And he also sells an Underbrush Kubro Gene Masking Kit, which looks pretty cool. Then there's Fisher hai-luk, who sells all the things you need to start fishing, but he will also fillet fish for you. And even though I've mentioned him already, let us not forget about Konzu, who's the dude that will give you all the bounties. And if, by the way, you're having trouble with finding any of these vendors, just open up the map by pressing M, because each one of the NPCs you might want to interact with or buy something from them has their own icon. Also, don't make the same mistake that I did when I first loaded in and go back to your operator and unlock your focus, because everything has been reset. And the one final thing that I want to mention, because this video is getting very long, is that if you want to do the quest for Gara, the new glass frame, it also starts in Cetus. You have to talk to one of the NPCs there. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. First impressions of Plains of Eidolon, pretty damn amazing. I wasn't expecting it to run this well. I also didn't run into too many bugs. I only encountered one bug and one crash, and I played for quite a while. And I cannot wait to play more of it. But now it's time to go to bed, so I thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Well, damn, the video was almost 10 minutes. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie.